Hiawatha's on the other line. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. This is Cricket Lott, and I am your hostess this evening for the Raw Food Potluck. And tonight, our speaker is Sandie Seiler, who's been in raw food and natural health for many years, at least 20 that I know of. Because we were doing potlucks over 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So, and she was one of the first ones to come to the potlucks. So we are going to figure out how to switch around. Oh, here we go. Switch around my phone and let her get started here. Come on, click. Here we go. You're all set, Sandie.
Oh, Jean and Cricket called me in. They wanted me to speak a little bit about biofeedback. I have been a certified quantum biofeedback specialist now, and have been using biofeedback devices since about 2001 is when I bought my first device. So anyone here tried biofeedback before?
Mhm.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket. I can't hear very much. You might need to get closer to the speaker phone.
Okay. All right.
Thank
We'll
you.
try.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Yes.
biofeedback. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It's been around a long time. Let me grab this piece of paper. Oh, sorry. I thought it was organized.
Where you on your stuff?
Right there on the corner.
I looked up this biofeedback timeline and I thought it was quite interesting. So I wanted to share a little bit.
Yeah, this one, or these.
If you're on this call, could you please mute yourself because we can hear you talking in the background? Thank you.
Anyway, biofeedback history. It was really interesting, I thought, because I found some information about biofeedback can go back way back to the 5th century BC. There were medical professionals of ancient Greece learned that electrical impulses emitted from electric eels and clinical foot baths relieved pain and reduced a favorable influence on blood circulation. So way back then, they were doing biofeedback.
Wow.
Another one was in 1700 AD. Many European physicians used controlled electrical currents from electrostatic generators almost exclusively for numerous medical problems involving pain, trauma, and circulatory disorders. And also during that time, it said Benjamin Franklin there was documented he got pain relief from electrical currents from a frozen shoulder. Amazing. And let's see. 1891, it said Nikola Tesla, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him. He made up that paper, Electrical Engineer, about the medical application of high frequency currents. 1910, it said actually approximately 50% of all US physicians use electromedicine in their practice today. Let's see.
What happened to that?
I know. 1950s, it says studies evaluating electrical reactivity began with a Dr. Bohl investigation. Bohl was able to measure changes in skin resistant acupressure points and demonstrate that the body's electrically reacts to things it needs and in turn is able to react to things that are harmful. So that's like the EMFs. 1985, heard of Dr. Becker. He did a book called The Body Electric. He wrote a big thing on that about the process of electricity being vital to our life. In the 1970s, the TENS machine came out. A lot of people probably heard of that for the pain relief. And also the heart pacemaker was developed. And 1891, oh, I did that one. Let's see. Oh, 1889, this is part of my stuff. That's when a Professor Nelson made the biofeedback zeroid machine, which was a 3D device to send and measure voltammetry. And that's the one that my first device back in 2001 was from him, the zeroid machine. And then you spell that. Zeroid, XRROID. Okay. They call it something different today now. In 2010, Thousands of doctors and medical researchers worldwide are investigating electromedicine and biofeedback as effective alternatives to traditional methods of treatment. So today they're working on it and you hear more and more about it today. Let's see. Today I was going to talk about my latest device. It's called the Genius Insight Quantum Biofeedback app. I bought this device back in 2017. And it's more of like, it was just put on my tablet. Oh, there it is. I'm like a professor, you know, it's like, where's my stuff? You know, it's like... Anyway, I can't run it right at this moment because I need Wi-Fi, but this device is all on just a tablet, you know, and it runs an app and stuff. And then the app, you know, we do testing with that. So it does energetic testing and harmonizes the body. Its goal is to inspire your body to remember to be healthy and bring it back into a balance. Its main purpose actually is for stress reduction, pain management, and muscle re-education. Now this device uses your voice and it uses a photo of yourself and also your date of birth and your name. And then it creates a vibration that's just for you. Now in nature, everything has a vibration. If you've taken any chemistry at all or any chemistry class, you can remember that atoms, everything's made up of atoms. Well, they said atoms are in a constant state of motion. They're always moving. So sound is a vibration, as all your thoughts and emotions, they vibrate. So speech, it says, is a complex process within the body. For speech to occur, there's communication between the brain and various organs. The end result is a vibration known as your voice. We now know that your voice may change according to your own body and how it feels in your spiritual state of being. Notice if you have a cold or you're feeling low, not feeling quite right, your voice has a whole totally different sound. And so that's what it's picking up. It recognizes that there's something different in the voice. Also, your photo is unique to you. There's no one like you. We all look different. I was reading in today, in the medical news today, it said, Dr. Ian Stephen of Maricoy University in Sydney, Australia, and his colleagues have developed a computer model that can determine information about a person's health simply by analyzing their face, supporting the idea that the face contains valid information of physiological health. So your unique vibration all together with this, the voice, everything else, and the picture is compared to all the different items that are on this app that have been pre-programmed into the system. It said this doesn't contain any information that's diagnostic. It's actually energetic information only. Items are selected during the biofeedback scan and are run to balance those energies within the body. Tones then are listened to through a headphone for a few minutes to balance those vibrations. Biofeedback is about energetics and creating a new energetic imprint within you. That's an imprint that remembers how to be well. It's like affirmations or like learning a new hobby or a craft or whatever it is. It's like it requires repetition. So the repetition of these sessions help you to embody that new imprint so we can hold it longer. So it becomes like a second nature. Testing resonances to one's own energy field gives us information specific to that person for the things most likely to impact them. So everybody's different. Sometimes your body will react on first try. Like sometimes I'll try biofeedback on something on myself and all of a sudden that whatever I was working on, it's gone. I feel great. And, you know, everything's working, no more pain. But then there's others like my husband, which takes several sessions. You know, you don't know, like each person has its own unique body and physiological, you know, components to it that we don't know what it's going to take to help. Give you an example. There's an app that I wanted to share with everyone called a Z app, and that's free. You can pick that up on Google Play Store or the App Store with Apples. Is that what it's called? App Store. Z and with a little dash, app, APP. And that you can find, and I use that I just recently dragged a big package off the front porch and my husband said, don't do that. And I did, and I was dragging it and I was twisting and everything. I ended up feeling like I had twisted my hip, so it felt like it might have been sciatica pain.
We're not from the church.
There would be like Lansing, Christian, what's that, Lansing, City Rescue Mission. Yeah, they do all that stuff.
And down the street here, what is it? Cristo Ray.
Oh, Crystal Ray. is another one.
They might have something. They're on down Miller Road and they're on the opposite side of the road as this. It's a big church. Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, the app, so I dragged this big package off the porch. I twisted my hip and I was in a lot of pain and I felt like it was sciatica pain possibly because it went down my leg and it was really painful. And there was times I was walking, I wasn't doing very well and it would pop out. So I ended up going to a chiropractor because I thought this hip is wrong. It's not right. And he said that, yeah, it was, it went up and twisted forward. So he worked on it about 3 times and I was doing pretty good, but I still had that nagging, like anytime I do something, then my whole bottom, the lower back would hurt, would just ache. And so I ended up doing that Z app and I just sit there watching TV one night and I ran it 45 minutes. And then right after that, I got up and no more pain. It was all gone.
Awesome.
And I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe it worked that fast. And so I waited a few more weeks and then I was doing something at home and it kind of flared up a little bit. So I tried it again or repeated it again after a couple more weeks and still today, like no pain. I'm just amazed at what it can do, and that's just one example. There's many, but
Yeah.
good news is our body's always trying to find homeostasis. Sometimes it's nice to have a little help, whether it be here, raw foods or essential oils, whatever it is. It's nice to have that little kick start.
Yeah.
The Genius, the Syncyte is safe, it's gentle, it's non-invasive, but there are some contraindicators, such as someone wearing a pacemaker or electrical device. It interferes with it. So those, and anyone with stents even in their heart, because they said sometimes the blood flow can move faster with biofeedback. So you have to be careful with those. And people that are pregnant, you have to think about that, whether they want to do that or not. I have worked. No, I won't say. Okay. Anyway, those are contraindicators. And any cell phones near the device too can interfere with the device. So cell phones need to be turned off because it actually nullify the scan. It just interrupts the whole scan. So that's my presentation, and I'll answer any questions later. And I did share about the app. So, and then also there's some great on YouTube. There's YouTube videos called Spooky 2, like Spooky and the number 2, YouTube. And then you could type in Spooky 2 headache. I looked that up today, and you can just run that. Just put some headphones on and listen. And I have tried these before, and I used one on digestion, and it worked really good. It's like, man, my digestion worked, and I felt great. And so those are good.
Cool.
And if you have any,
So can I take this paper to write down these things in the
yes,
in the email?
yes.
So when I send the email out with the replay, I'll put those links in the email so you guys can download these apps and stuff. Okay, let me take it off record and then we
Thank
can
you.
ask
Bye.
questions. No, you don't have to
Oh.
hang up, you guys.
Oh.
I might have a question.